Hey everyone, and welcome back to our deep dive into the absolute golden era of animation. This is part 3 of our series on the most iconic cartoons of the 1980s. If you missed part 1 or 2, go check those out. But trust me, the well of 80s classics is far from dry. We've already covered some absolute titans, but today's list is packed with shows that define the decade in their own unique, and sometimes wonderfully weird, ways. So, grab your favorite sugary cereal, get comfortable, and let's travel back in time. Kicking things off, let's talk about the original boy band. Long before we had NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys, I'm talking about Alvin and the Chipmunks from 1983. Alvin, Simon, and Theodore weren't just characters. They were a global phenomenon. These 3 chipmunk brothers, adopted by their perpetually stressed-out human dad, Dave Seville, were legitimate pop stars. They had hit albums, sold-out tours, and a TV show that was pure, chaotic fun. Alvin was the rebellious frontman, always cooking up some scheme that would inevitably go wrong. Simon was the tall, nerdy, intellectual one, trying his best to keep his brothers in line. And then there was Theodore, the sweet, chubby, and lovable one, who was usually just along for the ride. Every episode was a masterclass in sibling rivalry and shenanigans, usually ending with a classic, drawn-out, Alvini from Dave. And let's be honest, every single one of us tried to imitate their high-pitched voices. You'd pinch your nose or just talk in a squeaky voice, hoping you could sound just like them. It was a rite of passage. Next up, we journey from the world of pop music to a magical, subterranean society. In 1983, the legendary Jim Henson gave us Fraggle Rock. This wasn't your typical cartoon. It was a puppet show with a profound message about interconnectedness and understanding different cultures. The world of the Fraggles was a vibrant ecosystem. You had the carefree Fraggles who spent their days playing, exploring, and singing incredible songs. Then there were the tiny, industrious doozers, constantly building intricate structures that the Fraggles would then eat. It was the circle of life. Fraggle style looming over them were the giant, grumpy Gorgios, who saw the Fraggles as pests. Each episode was an adventure, often involving Gobo, Red, Wembley, Moki, and Boober venturing out into outer space, which was really just the workshop of an inventor named Doc. The show was a beautiful, chaotic harmony of music, puppetry, and storytelling that taught us about friendship and empathy without ever feeling preachy. It was Jim Henson's genius at its absolute peak. From the caves of Fraggle Rock, we ascend to the clouds of Care-a-Lot with the Care Bears, which premiered in 1985. If ever there was a cartoon that embodied pure, unadulterated positivity, this was it. The Care Bears were essentially a team of emotional support animals, before that was even a mainstream concept. Each bear had a unique power and personality, represented by the belly badge on their stomach. You had Tenderheart Bear, Cheer Bear, Grumpy Bear, Funshine Bear, whole squad ready to tackle any problem. And how did they solve these problems? With the Care Bear stare, they would line up, concentrate really hard, and shoot beams of pure love, friendship, and good vibes from their bellies. Sounds a little silly now, but as a kid, it was the ultimate weapon against negativity. Villains like Professor Coldheart or No Heart did Yuante stand a chance against the overwhelming power of friendship lasers. This show is all about teaching kids the importance of caring for one another, and it did so with a level of sweetness that was just absolute vibes. Now let's shift gears from cute and cuddly to something a little more metallic. We've talked about Thundercats before, but it's time to give their spacefaring cousins some love. Let's talk about the 1986 classic Silverhawks. Created by the same minds behind Thundercats, this show took the action to the cosmos. The tagline said it all: partly metal, partly real. These were human heroes who were given metallic bodies and wings to fight crime in the Limbo Galaxy. The team was led by Quicksilver, and included the twins Steelheart and Steel Will, the musical Bluegrass, and the young Copper Kid. Their mission? To stop the galaxy's most notorious mob boss, the monstrous Monastris Star, who could transform from his imposing regular form into an even more terrifying armored beast by the power of the Moonstar of Limbo. The show was peak 80s sci-fi weirdness, mixing elements of cowboys, cops, and superheroes, all set in the vastness of space. The action was fast, the designs were incredible, and it was just plain cool. Finally, for today's list, who are you gonna call? In 1986, the animated series The Real Ghostbusters hit our screens and became an instant classic. Following the massive success of the 1984 movie, this cartoon continued the adventures of Peter, Ray, Egan, and Winston. What made this show so brilliant was how it expanded the Ghostbusters universe. The ghosts they faced were incredibly creative and genuinely spooky, looking like they had escaped from a child's sugar-fueled nightmare. And then there was Slimer. In the movie, he was a minor antagonist. But in the cartoon, he became the team's lovable, green Fudo-obsessed mascot. He was basically a ghostly pet who caused a lot of trouble but was ultimately part of the family. The show perfectly balanced horror, comedy, and action. It managed to be scary enough to be exciting, but never too terrifying for its younger audience. And that theme song. I mean, come on, it's an instant dose of serotonin every single time you hear it. And there you have it, 5 more unforgettable cartoons that made the 80s so special. From singing chipmunks to cosmic cowboys, this decade truly had it all. But believe it or not, we are still not done. The vault of 80s animation is practically bottomless, and there are still so many more gems to uncover. Do you have a favorite from today's list? Or is there a show you're still waiting to see me cover? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss part 4, because it's coming soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.